Alright, well, good morning everybody and welcome to House and Garden Flipper episode 142. We're going to head straight in. We're going to see if we can finish off the Unsatisfying Effect house garden today and go to our garden contest and our auction. The little tip in the corner says utility gardens like natural materials, wood and stone. So, let's get it done. See how we go. Alright, if you straight into the browser, off we go to the house. Okay, Giorgio says 2 bathtubs for me and one for my friends. Oh, we are so going to try and make that man a house with one of these bigger houses. I've managed it with the first office, I just haven't, and I've managed it once before, but I can't remember what I did for that. So, my goodness, this place has really brightened up, hasn't it? Okay, so if I remember rightly, we had declared this part of the garden finished. And also this part of the garden was finished. I kind of like that, that's kind of cute. So we were going with the premise from some of the tips we've seen at the bottom of the screen that the English garden houses tend to be stone or brick. And they have vines on their walls, and they have lots and lots of flowers, although they did say roses, and I've not put a lot of those in this time. We have, because we're selling it to the Smoth family and they want to start a family, we've got some small kiddie areas around with some adult areas for them to lounge in, for adults to lounge in while they monitor their offspring. I'm going to leave that exactly as it is. I just need to do something here. And I'm thinking I might continue this more delicate theme through. We might put some crocuses in or something, I don't know. Because you've got this really dense stuff on the outside and I don't think it's going to fit nicely around the pond. We were going to put some bamboo in. That's what I'll do. I'll put some bamboo up along the fence. If we're really good and choose the right variety, it won't invade the neighbour's yard. Unless, of course, you're not fond of your neighbours, which would be mean but kind of funny. So, well, let's go find, yeah, I'm completely lost. Where would I find the bamboo? Awesome. I don't think I've used this very much before. I haven't. I wonder if I can fit it kind of. I don't think bamboo is a very English garden kind of thing, but for me it's a bit of a pond thing, so. Oh boy. If I can learn to drive it, I wonder if that works. I'll decide in a minute. If I don't like it, I'll take it out. Oh, wait, there was a flash of green. Alright, the trick is just to see if I can repeat that positioning. There it is. That's annoying. Okay, so I know it fits there. I just have to find where I had the pointer aimed when I did it. I don't think I'm going to manage it. Not deliberately anyway. Alrighty, that's fine. So I wanted to make this nook a little bit more of a nook. We'll just jump over the garden bed there. So I'm just going to add in some of these dudes. I know, bamboo under the trees, probably not my best idea. Definitely a non-invasive species because I don't want this stuff taking over my garden and making a huge bamboo grove. But that's okay. The Smoths can always change it if they like. Let's pop these in. It's nice to have a bit of a change in your, not necessarily in your plants. I kind of like to keep them a bit more themed. I might just pop that there and we'll extend the stuff. Okay, so that's more what I wanted with the pond area a little bit better screened. I'm actually going to thicken that up. Well, maybe not. Hang on. Yeah, we might use some short bamboo in there. I was going to put it along the fence, but I actually don't think that's going to work. I think that's going to be the wrong kind of thing. So, let's just drop some of this in here. So I'm just trying to do is just, without disturbing the visual balance too much. I'm just trying to pop a little bit more of a screen in behind the pond to give this area the illusion of seclusion. Wow, that's kind of rhymes. Who knew? Okay. So from this side, you've now got this bit of a screen, and now that we've actually screened that off, I'm thinking, and I may be really, really wrong here. Oops, no, let's not hammer anything. That would be bad. I'm thinking we might put in some of those mini rhododendrons and that horrible pink stuff, and just pop it along here to make this area of the garden more in line with the theme and the other parts. So let's see if we can make that work. So we want flower beds, we want our mini rhodies. Where are they? Little ones with white flowers, not pink. Okay. Alright, let's just see how we go. Oops, I was supposed to hit plant tons, but I just hit plant the odd one or two instead. Alright, so what we're going to do is not put a heavy amount in, I just want a few. Hopefully. So just enough to link that side, yeah, see, to that side. And then we want the little pink things that we had. What were the little pink things? Chrysanthemums, that's right. This is why I normally do the garden in chunks. It's just with this kind of a garden, it's a little bit hard. I don't want too many of them, I just want enough to link the pink and white theme together over onto this side. Alright. Alright, so there you've got a little bit more of a balance. So you've got this pink and white theme running over here. Part of me says I should be dumping more short plants on this side, but I don't know. So what I want to do now is we want to put a garden bench. Actually, you know what? I think we do need to put some of those little short plants in on that side. Let's just see how it works. I may hate myself yet. You don't need to, just a point to note, you do not need to put this much time into an English garden. You can get away with a lot fewer plants than what I'm putting in here. I just happen to like creating a small riot in the garden. So yeah, it's up to you what you like best. Alright, so what I'm going to try and do is I need to blend. Alright, that's how we'll do that. We're going to blend the pond area in with the there they are, my tall bamboo, in with the rest of the garden, and we're going to kind of do that, hopefully. Here's hoping this works. By just bringing the curve of bamboo over to about, there, smacking a really big lilac bush in, here we are. Okay, I'm not sure that works right in that spot there. If I can get the beggar to fit in. No, I can't. Alright, so we're going to put a really big pink, where's my rhododendrons hiding? Hang on. Dwarfs. Okay, so let's try with the white rhododendron. Okay, that one will fit. Let's pop that right there. So basically what we're trying to do, and I don't know if it's, whoops, no hammers. I don't know if it's working, and it may not be. We'll find out. Is just get the illusion that that kind of spreads and then blends into this different space. And what that'll do is draw the eye from here all the way over to here. And then when you move into here, you'll find that the garden has continued around into this space here. So it's kind of, I don't know, that's kind of what I'm aiming at. Whether or not I get there is a whole nother matter. Let's go for our short rhododendrons, and we'll buy a few of those. So I just want a sparse kind of, just to connect it, right? And then we kind of want to maybe do the same on this side. So now what you've got is that kind of blends away, and then you've got these things in the background. And we'll just smoosh that one. Come here, up there. Would this work in a real world garden? I don't know. There are people more qualified than me who could tell you that. Alright, I think if I put any more than that in. I think we do need some more of those pink chrysanthemum thingies. Here we go. No, that's a rhododendron. What am I on? Alright, where did I hide the chrysanthemums? There they are. Okay, let's go with the buy many. Just going to put some more of these in. A little bit bigger than what I want, but that's okay. I was thinking crocuses, but crocuses adds one element of variety too many. And I think I'm pushing it as it is. Alright, we're just going to scatter a couple of these in here to keep that pink theme going. Bing, bad, boom. Alright, so what did I say? We were finishing off the pond area, which means I do need to put benches, or a bench. You know what? I think we might put a garden table in here. And it can be just like a quiet little coffee reading nook thing, lurking in the background. Although the description for the, no we won't, we will sit with our benches. The description for the garden thing says, let's grab the Desica, basically that there are benches throughout the garden and little nooks. So what I'm thinking is we might maybe pop this here. We need a chess table. A chess table would be cool in this space. Anyway, let's pop this down here. And I was going to grab one of those, but I'm actually thinking we might go with 2 small crow's benches instead. Okay, let's make that 1 small crow's bench. Right, that would obstruct the path. Let's back it up. Pop this over here. Alright, and we are going to get rid of that. That's a menace. We're going to go for a table of some kind. I just don't know what kind yet. So that's a crow's, and I think the crow's table is a bit big. Just say Saris. The Ella's kind of large. Picnic. Picnic table would go well in here. Simple garden table. Good for pots and things. Meredy, Anatur, Picture. Right, so I can't see a table I like, and I really don't think that's going to suit. Let's just... Yeah, no, that's definitely not what we want. Alright, let's go with the Desica again. Okay, you know what? I like that. We'll pop it down there. So that's that little space kind of done, except for the lighting, and I think the lighting is the only thing we have left in the garden. So let's get that down. Classic solar lamp in the brown. We'll buy a ton of these if we're going to make a nook. You know, we really need to make these things bug zappers as well. Let me just jump up on the chair because I want to put a lamp over here. Oops, and I want to turn it on. Okay. Fairly well lit garden, so we're good. Okay. Now, I'm tempted to put one here near the pond so people don't fall in, but it would kind of spoil the view, so they're going to just have to take their lives into their hands and, you know, watch where they're going. Yep, I did forget to lantern this garden. Let's just pop the next one in maybe here so people don't walk into that rose bush. Alright, that is all the lanterning I want to do here. That looks cute. It's like a little fairy wonderland. I think I really do think that we might have finished our English garden, and it's an amazing kind of thing. This is such a busy garden though. Yep, it's got everything. Alrighty, that is where we're going to leave this garden. We're going to do one final walkthrough of the house. So we have our very blue corridor. We have our bedroom for 2 children. We have another corridor lined with bookcases because the Smoth family like their books and their education, and because it will put the bid up for the Dolan Trust. We kept our brown bathroom from our more masculine house that we were working on. We changed our, home cinema into a family room because the Smoth family like it, and so do the Johnsons. I'm not quite sure why Raphael Urco is still in love with this house, because it has so many children's toys in it. His masculinity must be extremely offended, according to his comments. This is our laundry, because a family will need a large laundry. Bathroom, just a very small one, and we have the master bedroom with a television, which is probably why Raphael Urco is hanging around, because he likes TVs in his bedrooms. This is our children's room. So another children's room for 2 more children. I don't know how many the Smoths are planning. They may need to do some remodeling if they only want 1 or 2 kids, but that's okay. So that, I think, is where we are. We are going to put this place on auction. Oh, sorry, garden contest first. So let's hit enter. Submit for a garden contest now. We are doing an English garden. The walls are usually overgrown with vines. There are romantic corners, naturally shaped bushes, sweet smelling roses, and brick or stone paths. So I think we covered that. Hey, there we go. And we did pretty well on the points, so that'll bring our house price up by 50%. Oh, hey, it's professional, well lit, practical, and has a lot of plants, so all of those give you more. Alright. I'm still learning the garden contest ins and outs, so that's kind of cool to read. I used to ignore it. Cool. Okay. Let's go and put our house on auction. So, George Chanois does not like the kitchen, but he's still prepared to offer more than our buying price, so that's pretty good. Alright. What's wrong with you? Don't you understand? I only want 1 bedroom. Veronica, I understood that very well. This house was not for you. Alrighty, the Smoth family have offered us 157. Let's, a living room. You get... Okay. Next time we do a house for these guys, to push the price up, we're going to try and do a separate living room on top of everything else. So, let's negotiate though. They've only got 1 wine. I love Raphael. You have offended the honour of my masculinity. Yeah, I'm not telling you why I put the kids to. I will. It's not your house. There you go, argumentative person. Let's go with our negotiations, and we shall just ask for 20 grand, but maybe not get too excited. Okay, so we haven't pleased them enough that they're willing to go up. That's okay, because you never know if you don't ask. Let's accept their offer and head into the next project. Alright, tip down the bottom. In English gardens, you'll almost always find roses. So I kind of wonder what would happen if I didn't put roses in there, and I'm not willing to experiment for a negative. So, there we go. We now have 434,928. Let's see what we can buy with that. Alright. Might help if I go into the for purchase section. So not enough for the moon base or the alone home. So any one of these 3 we can do. So I might just... That never used to be an apocalypse house. But that's okay. It's not a bad thing. I might just work my way up very slowly. We'll grab the family house and buy that. So I don't need to worry about it. And we will stay because we're not flipping it. Okay, so that's that. Let's have a quick look at what we've got here. So the next house on the list is our almost only a garden, but I'm thinking since we did such a huge, oh no, almost only a garden, duh, that is where the world's smallest office is. We're in that one. I didn't go to bed till 3 o'clock this morning. Alrighty, the variable woman's house, which actually is really good for the Johnsons, and the real estate agent I think is who I sold this house to first. And we also have the old house with the bunker. I'm actually thinking we might do an apocalypse flippers house today. So let's go in. Although my sensibilities are horrified that I'm not doing it in order. Yeah, let's horrify them some more. Well, let's go and have a look at this old house with a bunker and check it out. Again, with the English gardens, you'll always find roses. I'm not sure why they're giving me the tips after the garden contest. That's okay. Maybe so I remember it next time. Let's give this place a quick clean up, and we'll see what we've got lurking. Alright, there are a ton of weeds in here as well. I know, the mini map with the weeds, once you get that perk, it's pretty good. That house is filthy. Looks like there's been an apocalypse on it already. Okay. I still do the weeding just to get a feel for the garden. Usually with an apocalypse prepper's house, because you've only got these 3 buyers, you can't up the buyers to include the other buyers. I do wonder though what would happen if I removed the bunker door. Would that turn into an ordinary house and expand my buyers? I don't know. It's just the same way these guys don't appear when you I'm losing it very quickly here. It's the same way these guys don't appear when you are selling to other people houses that are not apocalypse houses. So I don't think the two between the Apocalypse DLC, which is free, so you can put it on really easily. I don't think there's any crossover between the clients. I haven't seen any anyway in my 100 or so hours of play. Aha. So let's try and think like an apocalypse prepper. I don't know. First things first, we probably don't want that out in the open where everyone can see it, so we're going to have to screen it off so that exiting and entering our bunker is secret, even if exiting and entering the house is not. So that way our neighbours won't know we're preparing for an apocalypse. What else have we got in here? So I'm pretty sure that that security aspect will be good for the dudes over there, especially Mr. Paranoid down the bottom. This house, if you notice, if you're ever trying to flip for the achievements, it does tend to be easier to flip the house for whoever's at the top. You don't have to though. So, hose. We are just going to clean the outside of the walls. It doesn't matter whether you're flipping for apocalypse or garden flipping or whatever. This part of the outside of the house clean will always count towards your house flipper prices. So even if you've just got the base game, cleaning your outside walls matters. I love my magic hose. I can clean up inside. For a while I thought they had that fixed and I was very disappointed. I couldn't hose down the inside of my house from the outside. So just basic prep. I mean, going through and weeding your weeds gives you a bit of an idea of what your spaces are like to work with. So this is probably where we'll put the garden. So all I'm doing is I'm looking into the mini-map just to see how effective my hosing down of the house is. Okay. It looks like I missed a few big weeds. What am I, blind? Yes, don't answer that question. So with the utility garden, we don't have to do the outside cladding if we don't want to. that would be a matter of personal preference. Brick would be nice, but we'll see. Alright, the outside is done. I'll just go grab those weeds because they're annoying. Part of what I try and do if I'm doing this is not is just get some of the more boring stuff done as part of the initial prep so that we can get a feel for the yard, but also just so that we're not doing all the boring stuff in one big hit. So let's get this place cleaned up. I know, I should probably clear this lot first. Alright, so we've got some plastering to do. I don't see any cockroaches, that's kind of good. We are going to sell the fridge. Now, according to my mini-map, yes. Okay. The other thing too is it never seems like the interior of the house affects what your preppers are willing to pay for it. Oops. But I think it should matter. Let's get rid of that. What am I doing? I'm trying to clean without my cleaning equipment. That's never going to work. Alright. Fine. You asked for it. All these things in the way. One of my pet hates are those things. Get rid of the doors. Alright, anything with a remove is beyond repair and you have to replace it anyway. I still think it would be nice to give people a clean bathroom to move into, so we're going to do that. So the interesting thing is the shifting clients that you'll get as you clean the house. Oh, that's right, except we've only got these three and they don't care. So I'm going to ignore them. We'll go down into the bunker in a minute too. Here we are, one bunker room. Yeah, that looks like we've got all the garbage. Let's just grab this. And the other thing too is as you go through the house cleaning up, you get a bit of a feel for A, what needs to be done, but B, what you want to do with it. What you think would fit best. There's a cobweb up on the ceiling. Those irritating birch lights. I'm not sure why people think putting in a cheap light fitting is any better than just putting in a more expensive light fitting once. I mean, your running costs are going to be lower than having multiple lights dangling off your ceiling to get the right amount of illumination. So we just very quickly get this squidged through. There we go. Nice. Alright, I think there's... Ah, there we go. No, it's still there. Up onto the ceiling. Cobweb. Wow. Someone did a number on this place. Gotcha. Alright. I mean, experimentally, we could just put everything back in that they have here. Just replace it one at a time. It's not a bad layout. So, I mean, if we have a look at our clients, we've got... Where's Apocalypse Girl? Alright, they're kind of down the bottom. So you have Maria Kolkowski. She likes first aid kits, lots of food, lots of rice and pasta, lots of canned food, gas masks. She does not like guns. She would like a lot of water, so she's whinging there about not enough water. She wants a sofa in her bunker, and a bed, and a kitchen. And I think in some of the tips, if I remember rightly, she also wants it to be a double bed in case she finds Mr. Survivor. So that's Maria Kolkowski. This is Ted Around. Ted around has a family, okay? He feels the need for a gun to protect his property. He needs at least one first aid kit. He needs a ton of water and a lot of supplies. He really likes his pasta and rice. He really likes his canned food, so don't forget to put that in. He too would like a sofa and bed and a real kitchen because his wife cooks very well. So we'll definitely need to give them a good utility garden if he's going to expect his wife to cook. Otherwise she's not going to have enough ingredients. Now if we were doing this place for the lone wolf, he likes a lot of protective items. He likes his first aid kits. He likes his food. He hates sofas. He's the only one. And he doesn't like furniture. He likes a fair amount of water, but not too much, I've noticed. He doesn't feel the need for a bathroom, so clearly no one's told him about signs that can lead to your people to discovering where you're staying. And he does like a kitchen, which is a bit strange given he hates pretty much everything else. So we have sold one to him. We haven't sold anything to Ted around, and we haven't sold anything to Maria Korkowski. So that will be kind of fun to do. Let's just get out of that. So this is our cleanup upstairs. I'm pretty sure we better do the downstairs cleanup. And it does look like I've missed quite a few bits and bobs. Rightio. Let's just deal with this. They hide them everywhere. Quickest way to clean up is to remove the furniture. I'm just, like I said, I'm just kind of trying to get the feel for the place. So how we decorate the upstairs, I very much like to decorate it according to the client. If we decorate it for the family guy, we need at least one bedroom and a children's room. We'll have a living room kitchenette or possibly a family room kitchenette. Because, I mean, he's probably going to want a normal life until the apocalypse happens. What else is there? He'll definitely need a bathroom, and we'll probably put a shower in so he can keep his water costs down. So that's if we sell it to Ted around. If we sell it to... Where's that cobweb? There it is. Alright, let's go. If we sell it to Maria Korkowski, we'll have to do a slightly different setup. Probably give her a single bedroom. Oh boy. Alrighty. Wow. That's kind of not good. We'll give this place a quick clean up and then I'll decide where I actually want to put things. So Maria Korkowski likes this place. They probably all like it on the grounds that it has a ton of food and some water. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do with those tool bits. None of them seem to have a preference for tools. I'm not sure why Maria's at the top of the list when we have guns in here, because she generally hates them and the way to get rid of her is to add them in. But anyway, that will be a minus if you want to sell it to her on her price that she's willing to pay. So this is another storeroom. We are going to reduce the amount of storerooms. Probably we're probably going to move most of the foodstuffs into here. And most of the storage, we'll put a generator out here for power. And in here, alright, I'm going to leave the books. I mean, who doesn't want entertainment when you're kind of stuck underground for ages? So that's kind of there. Alright, so what have we got? 3 rooms? So that's probably the other reason that these guys like it, is it's so huge. What do we got? I'm standing on food, okay. Alright, this is my out. Yep, this is my out. Okay, it looks like it's set up to have a laundry in here, so that would be another reason. Although if the water stops running, you're not going to be able to do much washing. At that point, you might as well just use it for a big garden planter. And in here. Okay, so if it's... yeah, okay, everyone's whining about not having a toilet. That's fine. Alright, so I guess we should probably clean it up, see how they go. So you notice you got your shift in buyers once you get rid of things like the bathroom. Okay, that's done. There's not a lot of space in here for a bed or a double bed, so that's going to make things interesting. Although we did do a mission once where there was a room very similar to this, although it didn't have these two doors. No, that flip won't work for this space. Alrighty. It looks like I've missed a couple of boxes. Where are they? Oh, I'm standing right between them. Yep. Okay, not boxes. And that's the other thing. Always gets me, the rubbish. Sometimes it's furniture. We're ready. Last room to clean. Alright, bunkers, huh? So what we might do is we might flip this bunker and see who we're going to sell it to before we actually work out how we're going to flip the house. Then what we'll do is we'll flip the house to suit the client that hits the top of the list. Okay, cobweb. Yep. So it's half an hour. I've got about another 8 or so minutes. We can get started on this. What we're going to do is, alright, if you're going for the Maria Kolkowski achievement, you could probably sell it now and get that. Or you could try and remodel it through. What I'm thinking is we can remodel through the buyers. And so actually let's just leave that. Everything is going to have to get moved out of the way. Unless you want to sell it all. You know, one of the quickest ways to clean this place up is to sell it all. But that would increase your expenses. So it depends if we're being parsimonious or not. So basically, let me just think. All right. If we were to sell it to Lone Wolf 37, we would strip out that as well. We're going to need a new bathroom anyway. And he doesn't need to take a bath. Oh man, that man needs to be a bit more serious about his survival. Alright, we would also strip this out, but I actually like the books, so I'm leaving them in until they annoy me. I just blocked my own way. Usually with these I get quite frustrated, and it's not like I'm short of cash, so I think what I might do is sell all of it. Except for the shelving, and just start the restocking from scratch. I mean, given these things probably have a use by date, this might not be a bad idea anyway. So you have a look over there, you'll see a lot of red down arrows as I get rid of food that they think they need right now. But face it, they need supplies with a better use by date than what they've got. They just reuse these ones, so they can just whine all they like, and we'll give them back their food in a minute when we've got everything else sorted. Okay, so at this stage of the flip, it's just better if you don't look. I kind of like the idea of giving them spare parts and bits and bobs like this, so I'm going to actually keep that and just put it to one side. I'm going to get really cross with these later because they're going to be in the way, but in the meantime, we'll just pop them over there. Right. So as you can see, we've now sold enough things to sell this to Lone Wolf 57. And if we were to sell it to him, all I would do from this point is clean everything up, make it tidy, maybe put some paint on, although he doesn't care about paint, so you may not wish to. Make the shelves all clean, and then go upstairs and do a very basic refit if I was going to sell it to him. But he's no fun because everything he wants is kind of, it's just really basic. You can't cut loose with him. So, not building a supply dump for Lone Wolf 57. We are building, actually, who wants to wear someone else's? Oh, I guess in an apocalypse you can't be fussy. Let's pop those over there too. Alrighty, let's get this lot cleaned up. Old food, not a good thing. We'll keep the axe. I mean, I can buy another axe, but that was a fuel can. If you've ever stored soup for too long, you'll know exactly how much of a bad idea that is. I am being really lazy. As I said, if you're short on budget, don't sell everything. Just put it all to one side and then rearrange it. But I prefer to kind of clean it all out and then... Alright, maybe we won't make them wear someone else's hat or face mask. If I can get a new one, we'll restock it with that. I will die without water. Yes, yes you will. What do you think I am, silly? Alright, it's okay. They'll be happier once we start restocking everything. Give them a minute. But this gives us something to work with. The problem too with bunkers is a limited amount of space. Old clothes, that probably hasn't been laundered in years. Let's get rid of that. Okay, I made a small mistake. I need to be able to reach the top shelf, and I can't do that if I'm not standing on something. Ooh, okay, looks like I threw away all the somethings I could use to do that. That's okay. And I missed a massive mess in here. Look at that grub. Okay. Alright, the easy way to shake that stuff loose off there is to pick up the shelf and move it. And then everything else will fall down. Okay. No rice or pasta, he says plaintively. What do we have? We have one room here, which probably will be better used for storage and washing if we keep the washing machine. We have a space here that will suit probably only one, actually no, it won't suit even one bunk bed. So this looks like it's going to be a kitchenette area, seeing as they all seem to like those. And we'll probably have to replace, well, we'll replace the shelving anyway, but we might replace it with something else. In here, this space looks like it could handle a set of bunk beds, or possibly this would be a good couch space. If we put a wall TV up here, we can conserve some of that. Okay, that's not going to hold a cabinet, but it will hold something else. So we'll put the wall TV up, put a couch over here, see if we can get a bookcase in along this wall as well. Alright, so that means I want to get rid of everyone's. Now, where's the food, man? It's like it's coming. Give it a rest, you guys. So we'll just dump these over here for a minute and get rid of those as well. One mallet, huh? I'm gonna break my neck on that if I'm not careful. Just grab that, put it out of the way. Alrighty. This is going to be the lounge room, living room, sofa. It'll fill our sofa and television requirement, and the minute we add those in, Lone Wolf 57 is going to crack the sads and leave us. I'm not sure I'm that upset about it, really. Alrighty, let's see how we go. I need furniture. I need a sofa. Okay. If we're selling it to Ted... Oops. if we're selling it to Ted, he'll want enough space for his family to fit on the couch. So we're probably looking at more than that. Maybe an Emily that gives a 3-seater. Definitely not one of those big things. These guys would also couple as beds, so that's not bad. Alright, and if we're doing post-apocalypse stuff, let's make it semi-cheerful and relaxing, so at least it feels like a haven. So we'll probably go for something like green, maybe. Maybe white. No, definitely not white. I don't think the base matters that much. Let's go for a more off-white. I think it's probably meant to be light grey. Let's back it up. Okay, flip that round. Alright, if I put that in, I'm not going to fit much on either side of it, but I can fit cupboards up on the walls. Alright, so the Venn horizontal won't fit in there. So you'll notice immediately we've made 2 people very happy and created some upsettedness for poor Lone Wolf 57. I'm sure he'll get over it. He can always go back to the other bunker we built for him and commiserate with the sparseness of furnishings. Let's go with our furniture, let's go with our cupboards, let's go with our shelves. I'm actually more inclined to put a bookshelf in here than anything else. Let's just see whether or not we get whining if we do that. Alright, no one hates it, but no one loves it either. That's fine. Where are my books? Can I grab these things? No, I have to take the whole shelf. All I want is the books from the shelf. Actually, let's do that. Let's grab our books. And we will stick them over here on this wall. Firstly, because Monica reminds me of someone who might like to read. And Ted around has a wife and kids, and they probably like to read. They probably also need something for education purposes, so that gives him that. Now we'll get rid of the rest of these. I would like to have put them on new shelves, but not to be. Okay, and you know what? We will change the colouring on this. You know I'm not going to live here. Yes, yes I do. Let's go with that. It'll fit better with the furniture. Just because it's a post-apocalypse setting does not mean it has to be a tip. Alrighty, the next thing we need is the television. This is going to make 2 more people very happy. So let's just grab the TV. It's a wall-mounted TV because that's easier. Alright, I have two happy people and a very unhappy person. It's alright, we can't help him anyway. Okay, so storage is always going to be a problem in a bunker. Let's give these guys some storage. So we have these big hanging cabinets that we could use. Let's just go furniture and have a quick check on those because I'm pretty sure there's some new ones. Old-fashioned, Medarians, a large hanging cupboard for the Lamont. That's pretty cool. I was just going to go with shelves. Some of these look semi-decent. See, that's got 2. Maybe for the bedroom, we'll pop a couple of those in there. So we will stick with Plan A and go back to our kitchen. Grab my favourite go-tos, put them in the cream. Alright, so with these things we can fit quite a few in. They can act as a kind of a table as well. Just line them up. Alright. Now if I put it down low, someone's going to belt their head on it, so we might just give them a little bit of headroom and put the rest of these in. I find I can generally line them up okay if I line up the bottoms of the cabinets rather than try and line up the tops. Alright, so we can put knickknacks in there, or actually what I'm going to do is we need candles for lighting. I don't think there are matches, but I think we definitely need some candles in here. We also need plants, but not in this room. And the reason I'm saying plants is because herbs are handy, but what I might do is put those in the upstairs house so they can be carried down. And what else is there? That's pretty much actually that's pretty much all I have time for. So I need to, when I come back, I'm going to need to paint this, put a new floor in, and then do something over here. But I think that is where we're going to leave it for the day. So thanks for hanging with me. If you like this episode, please let me know. Hit that like button, and if you'd like to see more, please hit subscribe, and I will catch you hopefully tomorrow. So take care out there. Have a great day.